And gentlemen, we're back with this thing. It's a monstrosity. As you can see, it's gotten way worse. Well, better, worse, more of a monstrosity. So, I I did the first 3 layers, RTV, JB Weld, RTV, and that worked for one trip to town, 10 miles there, 10 miles back, and then it was good for that 20 miles, and then he rode it to the gas station that's like a quarter or half a mile away, and it broke. So I brought it back. I put more RTV on it. He drove down to the cookie shop that's like a little over a mile away, and it broke again. So I didn't take any of the original stuff off, which I honestly I probably should have, but I guess it's more of an insulator of the exhaust, so it don't break again. Maybe, I don't know, so it don't get so hot on the outside and break. We're gonna see. Um, but anyways, if you've seen my bike, I have the aftermarket exhaust that goes like up and around and out the back. Well, it's got the hanger that goes down to the other side on that bolt right there. Well, it's broken, so I took some of this wood putty. It's like epoxy putty stick, like fake wood. My stepdad gets it from his work, made in the USA and shit. Well, here's like a stick of it that's still good. It's got this, and you can't see it because it's got a label on it, but it's got like white stuff in the center. You mix it together. It's kind of like a JB Weld epoxy stick. It's just not JB Weld. Anyways, I put a huge layer of that down around what was already there. Well, actually, before that, I put RTV on the cracks, and then I let that harden, and then I put that big layer of wood stuff on the outside. And then I figured I'd put a really thin layer of RTV over the whole thing to hold that together in case it cracks. And then, after I was done with all that, I was looking at it, and since this was so far out from the exhaust, there's like huge gaps behind it, like through the fins down there. So I packed that with this. And don't get me wrong, I know that this is bad. I'm aware that this is not good for the motor. Having this big chunk of epoxy and wood and RTV and JB Weld right here on the side of the cylinder where it's supposed to be getting airflow to cool it down, where the exhaust is really not good for it. I'm aware, don't get me wrong. It's just there's nothing else I could do. Like, the exhaust is not, you can't tap it, the holes are too big. The cylinder end is fucked anyways, so I'm getting every little bit out of it I can before it'll blow up. And, this is just how I'm doing that, because that's how I crackhead shit. I ain't a crackhead, but that's how I was raised to do crackhead shit. So, on this side I have some black wood stuff all packed into the grooves, and on this side I have some tan stuff, and then underneath the JB Weld or RTV is brown. So it's got 3 different color epoxies. It's got 5 layers of RTV, a layer of JB Weld, a bunch of wires holding it on. I put these here before, and then I put this here. I tried it with 2 thick wire, didn't work, so I doubled up the 2 thick wire twice, so it's 4 thick, and then this is super tight, and the exhaust ain't moving again, so I don't think it's gonna work, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, maybe, because it's so thick, it might just not get hot enough on the outside, but I really don't think it's gonna work. It hasn't worked the last 4 times that I've tried this. It's just like the same situation that if you go back on my channel like fucking 7-8 months ago, when I was trying to get the spark plug to help hold in with JB Weld, it just won't work. It gets too fucking hot. But my buddy Tristan don't have money for a motor unless he does some jobs. We have been thinking about both getting a job at where my mom works. She works at a golf course. We were thinking about getting a job there and working, cleaning the golf carts, cleaning up the golf course, simple maintenance on the golf carts, stuff like that. So we were thinking about getting a job and doing that together, making some extra money. But I'll update you guys on this. You know I will. I'll show you if it works or if it breaks. Although I wouldn't recommend you do this to your bike if you have a stripped exhaust. This isn't something I would recommend. I mean, I guess if it's your last resort, like it was ours, go ahead, but wouldn't recommend it. But peace out, guys. I'll update y'all later.